Hey guys, Greg Turner here with Kent Martz. Today we're at Explore Scientific in Springdale, Arkansas, and we are heading toward the Buffalo River.
We're going to the Arkansas Dark Sky Festival.
That's right.
It's on a private campground south of the Buffalo River, Bear Creek Cabins. Bortle, two skies. For those people that don't know what that means the Milky Way is plain of day, as plain as night, right?
Yeah,
Whatever. And the stars are going to be spectacular. The Dark Sky Festival is a celebration of dark skies, but it also talks about how light pollution affects pollinators and affects other animals. We're doing geology, all sorts of things, just being in the outdoors and celebrating being in the outdoors. It's going to be a fun trip. We're planning on doing it next year too. It's going to be a big event. There's 600 people registered for this.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be a big event. Camping, food trailers, all sorts of great stuff.
Yeah, get a little kayaking in if we have time.
If we have time, maybe go float the Buffalo a little bit.
That's right.
Bear
And I'm
Creek,
looking forward to the nice, cool fall temperatures.
It's going to be nice,
It's
Greg.
going to be great. Yeah. Looking forward to the dark skies.
Yeah.
So guys, why don't you join us as we explore our universe? Hey guys, we're here with Bruce McMath. He's the chairman of the Arkansas Dark Sky Association, and today we're here at the Arkansas Dark Sky Festival. Bruce, tell us a little bit about the association and the chapter.
So the Arkansas Natural Sky Association, ANSA for short, we all got to have an acronym.
Sure.
ANSA is the state's affiliate of the International Dark Sky Association, and sometimes known as IDA. And IDA is an environmental group concerned with the nocturnal environment. A lot of people just assume when they hear our name or run across our website, the first impression is we're an astronomy group, or an astronomy association or another astronomy club, and we affiliate with and associate with those clubs a great deal for volunteer resources and outreach and so forth. But IDA and ANSA are actually environmental groups concerned with the nocturnal environment. The environment has two halves. It's the daytime environment, and a lot of people that consider themselves naturalists and so forth, they come out this part of the country here in the Ozarks to see the streams and the mountains and the trees, and then they crawl in their tent and forget that the nature's grandest spectacle's right over their head.
All right.
If it's clear.
Exactly. Yeah.
And but it turns out that this new phenomena of light pollution, and it is a pretty new phenomena. It's come on us in the last couple of generations, slow enough that people really didn't pay much attention to it for a long time, but really pretty fast in the scheme of things.
All of a sudden, we're losing the dark sky. We're seeing fewer and fewer stars.
That's right. The estimates are that 90% of young people grow up in this country today who've never seen the Milky Way, the galaxy they live in. Something that would have been an intimate part of our ancestors' lives just a few generations ago. And we've become, in modern world, someone said, diurnally prejudiced. And we link to our TVs and our cell phones at night, not realizing that half of nature is at night, and not realizing that light and the cycle of light and dark is fundamental to nature, and and everything that's evolved on the surface of the planet is biologically keyed into this cycle. It shifts your biological gears for birds and insects and humans. The American Medical Association tells us that human exposure to artificial light at night poses an increased risk. It's a health risk, diabetes, depression, obesity, breast and prostate cancer, all of which are relatively epidemic in modern society. So, and that happens because we've got receptors in our eyes that are not for seeing. They're there literally to detect whether it's night or day. And that drives this biological cycle of hormones that's central to our health. And if you interfere with it, it throws a monkey wrench in the process, and you end up with these health risks.
What do you say from, say, a security perspective? You know, that your neighbors may want to put up one of the outdoor lights,
Yeah.
you know, to light up their yard at night.
There is no evidence, there's no scientific evidence that lighting is an antiseptic to crime. Now, if you're monitoring someplace and you're using light that's to illuminate an area that's being monitored, that can be effective. But this idea that utility companies, frankly, have sold, who want to sell electricity at night because there's no throttle on a coal-fired power plant, they got to move that electricity. They've come up with this idea, and because the first proposition is true, i.e., lighting someplace you're monitoring might be helpful in deterring crime, they're able to take that concept and just say that, well, if you just put a light out in your yard, your property's going to be safer. You're going to be safer. Well, if you think about it a minute, that's nonsense. You, humans, criminals are humans, they're not cockroaches, and they need light to do their business like anybody else does. And actually, lighting, the evidence is lighting, unmonitored lighting, can encourage and facilitate crime rather than discourage it. But there are times and places where you need to light for lots of reasons, and we're not against lighting. We're not against outdoor lighting, but we're just trying to promote the responsible use of it. And there are basically a handful of principles that you need to follow to light responsibly, and that is only light when you need it. So use a motion sensor. That's the best security lighting, by the way. Illumination Engineering Society recommends motion sensor lighting for home residential security lighting. You think about it a minute, you'd see why that's more likely to be effective. Yeah. So only use it when you need it. Switches, timers, motion sensors. Only light where you need it. Put it in. You don't shine it in your neighbor's bedroom, which is an increasing problem. Use properly shielded and aimed so that you put it, not send it up in the sky. Yeah. And use don't over illuminate, and use a proper color. And the color is a little complicated, but basically what you want to do is use a warm color light, something that's skewed in the yellow, red range, that stays away from that cold blue light. And the reason for that is,
unfortunately, we're seeing more and more of those blue lights being put up by the cities.
And they create glare. They're blinding glare, uncomfortable. You've seen these blue headlights. But worse, that's the American Medical Association tells us that that's the spectrum, and the biologists tell us that that's the spectrum that drives that hormonal cycle I was telling you about. So you don't, to protect the wildlife and human health, you want to keep blue as much as possible, blue light out of your night lighting, outdoor night lighting, and your indoor night lighting. You don't want to expose yourself to blue light, and so your cell phone and your computers all have features on them because the manufacturers are aware of this and therefore aware of the potential liability. They all have features now that you can set them so that your smart device knows what time it is. It'll take that blue light out for you at night. You won't even notice it. It is the only time you notice it is if you wake a computer up that was up during the day. You wake it up, you see the color change.
Yeah. Very good. Well, tell us about the Arkansas Dark Sky Festival.
Well,
we're attending today.
Yeah. So the idea is well, you got to educate people, right? And so this is an opportunity, this is an outreach opportunity. And because so few people, I mean, we've just, as I say, we've just all forgotten
What the sky looks
that,
like.
yeah, that there's such a thing as a natural sky and how awesome an
Mhm.
experience it is and a vista it is. That, well, let's have a festival each year and invite people to come in and see their Milky Way,
Mhm.
see a naturally dark sky, learn about the constellations, learn about the cultural connections that the night sky has had to our ancestors. I mean, they literally hung their cultures on this patterns they saw in the sky. So we
Mhm.
talk about the mythologies, and we talk about the physics, and we just share the experience. And that's where the astronomy clubs come in,
Mhm.
because they've got telescopes and they've got
Sure.
amateurs that know the sky and can talk about this. And so we get a bunch of astronomy clubs. In this case, I think we've got at least 4 clubs participating here.
Yeah, lots of telescopes on the
Four,
observing field.
yeah, 4 states,
Yeah.
scopes from Tennessee and Kansas and Missouri and Arkansas.
And the skies have been great here. It was a lot of fun to go outside last night and look up and be able to see another galaxy, the Andromeda galaxy,
Yep.
with the naked eye. So not something you can do in the town anymore.
Yeah, 2.2 million light years away, and you can see it in a naturally dark sky like this. You can see it with the naked eye.
Yeah, really cool.
And I like to tell people, it sort of blows their mind that if you can, all we get to see with the naked eye is the core,
Mhm.
you know. But if you could see the whole thing,
Much bigger.
it would be like 6 moons across in the sky. Now think about that. Something that is 2.2 million light years away is so big that it would cover 6 moons across in our sky.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. And of course, when you try to look at it with a telescope, you get more light. But the problem is then the telescope's field of view is small, and so you can never see it all.
You can't get the whole thing.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
like trying to
eyepiece.
study an elephant through a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
So the eye can't collect enough light, but the telescope can't see a wide enough field of view. So it's a challenge to fully appreciate it, but there it is.
Yeah. Well, very good. Well, Bruce, thank you so much for
Absolutely,
your time.
Greg. Appreciate
Good luck
you.
with the
And
festival
thanks for coming.
this year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hi, my name is Brittany Redmond. My family and I came here from Northwest Arkansas. I heard about the Dark Sky Festival actually from Instagram. An influencer that I follow there shared it on her page, and I thought it was interesting. We actually just moved here from Florida, so all of this is new to us. I did a little bit of research on it, saw that it was a certified dark sky area. Never been in an area where I could see so many stars. So I thought that sounds really cool. So we loaded up camping gear and we came here. We were spending 2 nights. So this is our second night. So we're really excited. We saw shooting stars. I saw more stars than I've ever seen in my life. So I think it's really cool. I've also always wanted to see the Milky Way. So I got to see that. So it's been a great experience to bring the kids to, and it's been a great family friendly event.
It's hard to focus because there's no stars. Now you're right. Your left eye. I've covered up your right.
That's over there.
Okay.
Like a yellowish star, but that's what's playing outside.
So you're looking at Andromeda. It's the farthest. is a fuzzy little patch. Now, there's so much red light around here that it's hard to see, but it's right there. It's a fuzzy little patch. There's a star right next to it. So while you're looking at it, photons were generated 2.5 million years ago. Their destiny this whole time has been 2.5 million years to go into your eyes, right? All their cousins just landed aimlessly on the ground. You now have 2.5 million year old energy in your body with your naked eye and nothing else, okay? And here's the cool part about theory of relativity. When you travel with the speed of light, there is no time, okay? So from the photon's point of view, it existed, and it was created, then it landed on your eye, and no time passed. So
Space just makes my head explode.
yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Thank you very much.
So hope to see you at a club meeting sometime.
Hi, my name is Jessie. I'm from Northwest Arkansas. So I saw that this venue was posted on a random Facebook page, and I thought it would be really awesome to come out and see all the stars and meet new people. And on my bucket list was to see the Milky Way up close and personal, which I got to see last night and took fabulous pictures of. So I get to check that off my bucket list.
Guys, I'm here with Catherine Auld, board chair of NWA Space, an organization that many of you may not have heard of yet. It's the Northwest Arkansas Space and Science Center. Catherine, tell us about this organization.
So we're a nonprofit that is working to build a science center for Northwest Arkansas. Years ago, I started teaching at NWAC and thought we needed a planetarium here locally. And I walked around for years saying, somebody should open a planetarium. My husband said, you want one? You figure out how to make it happen. So I'm working on that. Our vision is a planetarium, an observatory to house the enormous historic telescope that we got from Swarthmore College.
That's right.
And then sort of in between, hands-on, touch it, make it move, do it science for teenagers and adults.
Sure.
We have crystal bridges. We have all of these amazing cultural places in Northwest Arkansas, but we don't have enough focused on science.
Sure.
So I want to build
Absolutely.
something with science.
So it'll be a very interactive museum.
Yes. We want to have like a classroom that's decked out with the chemistry equipment. And you come in and say, I want to blow stuff up. And there is a trained person there who says, okay, we're going to put these two chemicals together and make a little poof. And now that was really cool. Now let's do this and this and this, and we're going to make a bigger explosion.
Awesome.
And so you get to do stuff with somebody who knows what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And then have fun. Or
it's fun to blow up things.
Right. Right. Or I'm interested in robotics, and
sure. Yeah.
You come in and here's a room full of parts and someone who can help, and you build the robot, you program the robot, you carry it outside to our, I don't know, we're going to name it something cool, the moon yard,
Sure.
and drive it around on a simulated moon surface using the programming that you wrote.
Very cool.
And then when you're done, you take it back inside, you take it apart, and you go home because you had an awesome time and you learned that either I love robotics or this is cool but not for me.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of
Because we all fit into science somewhere differently.
absolutely, yeah. Well, it sounds really neat. A lot of STEM activities to do there, and of course the focus on astronomy. So let's talk about the telescope. It's over 100 years old, right? So the
Yes,
Sproul telescope.
the Sproul telescope saw first light in 1911, so it is old. It is enormous. It's 36 feet long.
Mm.
The aperture is 24 inches in diameter.
Mhm.
So it had a really interesting life. Several very famous astronomers worked at the Sproul Observatory
Sure,
and discovered cool and interesting things.
absolutely. Einstein has looked through that telescope,
Right.
right? Yeah,
And it was in a movie
yeah.
with Matthew Broderick. And he's using it to, snoop on some girl across campus. That's not what we're going to use it for. But it's a really cool
Yeah.
old piece of scientific
It is.
equipment that does interesting things.
Mhm.
And now we want to give it a second life
Sure.
and have it be the thing that you go and I saw Jupiter and it was this big.
Right.
It's not going to be that big. This big. But
That's awesome. Well, we're looking forward to hopefully seeing that Science Center come to fruition. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Catherine. We
thank you.
appreciate your time, and good luck observing tonight at the Arkansas Dark Sky Festival.
Dark Sky Festival.
That's right.
Yes.
Hey guys, we're back here at Explorer Scientific with Kent March once again, and I had an absolutely wonderful time at the Arkansas Dark Sky Festival. Kent, how about you?
It was great, Scott. Great time. We had lots of people. The skies were okay to great one night and good the next night. That's the way it goes with astronomy. The weather is either your friend or your enemy, one or the other.
The temperatures were perfect.
Oh, it was beautiful weather. The weather was fantastic. Everybody there had a great time. Lots of people saw the Milky Way, as you saw in the video just now.
You know, it
Saw the
blows me
Milky
away
Way.
how many people commented that they had never seen the Milky Way.
Right. And it's something that you cannot describe what it looks like.
Yeah.
You have to see it to understand it.
Absolutely.
And that's why you should come to this year's Dark Sky Festival, which is, I'm going to look at my note to make sure I don't get the dates wrong, September 26th through 29 at Bear Creek Cabins, south of the Buffalo National River, which is south of Harrison, Arkansas.
And there's another one coming up.
Missouri is going to do a Dark Sky Festival, October 25 through 27, just outside Van Buren, Missouri. So it's going to be the Missouri Dark Sky Festival or something like that. I don't have many details, but it's coming up. But if you want more information, you can go to darkskyarkansas.org. That's darkskyarkansas.org. There's information up about the 2024 event, and we'll be getting some information up about the 2024 Missouri event as well.
Great. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you there.